Hello and welcome to another episode of Hooks, Knits, and Dice. I'm Lila Croca. This week I'm working with resin and soapstone, known in Norway as klebestein. I'm making this. Let's see if it'll focus. Focus, please. Not really. It's a focal piece for a necklace, and that's the back of it. Very pretty. It looks like it's meant to look like it's just washed up on the beach. Oh, that was kind of... Yeah, that's the best I'm going to get. So there's a shell in there from the Oslo Fjord and a faux pearl and mica powder and then resin. And it's very pretty. I allowed it to drip. I don't know if you can see the drop there. So it just looks like it just washed up from the ocean. And this is for a friend of mine who lives in Idaho. I don't want to say who because I kind of want to surprise her. And let me set that back carefully. It's not fully cured because I mixed the mica powder in before I cured it the first time with the clear. And so it's UV resin, so it's being stupid. But I have some supplies coming on the way, as I mentioned in last week's episode, from Wish. So it's supposed to arrive today, but the mail doesn't run today in Norway. It only runs every other day, and then it switches the next week to the other days that it didn't run, and it doesn't run on Saturdays. But we're paying full price. Yeah. Don't get me started. Anyway, I ordered some resin, more UV resin, a nail lamp, I think is the proper term for it, but I'm going to use it to cure UV resin with a higher voltage, so to speak, than my little USB one that I'm using now. Tommy has a flashlight, which is swell, but who wants to sit there and hold the flashlight whole time? Yeah. So we'll get the UV resin in. I got some pigments, I got some micas, I think I got some molds, and I got some silicone cups. So we can do some mixing. Tommy's getting into resin now. I used my assortment of plain bamboo crochet hooks to make polymer clay molds, which I've put on here for ease of filling. I got them as straight as I could. And I'm going to attempt to make polymer clay, not polymer clay, resin hooks. I'm not sure how well the smaller sizes will work, but I'm going to give them a try anyway. We'll see. And then, like I said in the last episode, I will go ahead and start taking orders as soon as I'm confident that they'll look good and they'll work good and, basically be quality resin crochet hooks. I'm also considering making some polymer clay ones since I have the molds. You can use polymer clay on polymer clay for molds. You just dust it with either talcum or cornstarch or even water. You can use that for a mold release. And so I can make some really cute crochet hooks, thinking about making them with ergonomic handles if I use the polymer clay. This is the soapstone that I'm carving. You can see the form she's taking, kind of, because my camera hates white. But yeah, I just went with what was sitting in the stone waiting to come out, as they say. And Tommy, I don't know if he wants me to show what he's making, but he decided to start carving with me in an effort to take more of an interest in my hobbies, because we share all of his hobbies, but he doesn't really share any of mine unless they can be something he can use in his own hobbies. I'm like, I kind of want you to be uniquely interested in something that I do that you don't do, just for the sake of doing it with me. So he decided that he liked carving the soapstone, and funnily enough, his is brown and it looks like paper mache. I swear to God, if I didn't know it was stone, I would think it was a paper mache sculpture, and that's so awesome. He's doing a really great job for freehanding. He has no reference images or anything. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to show it off because it's his piece. I'm getting further along on the dragonfly afghan that I'm crocheting as part of a barter with a friend in the US, someone I went to school with since the 4th grade. I should have my glasses on. No wonder I can't see anything. I'm still trying to remember to wear these darn things. I use them when I read, the other ones, but I never remember, oh, that looks so much better, to use the ones that are for my astigmatisms. So I've got to get better about that. I have misplaced the hook that I'm using on the afghan. Fortunately, I have hooks in several sizes and sets. So if I lose one, I can look at one of my other sets and find it. And then it always comes back to me. I don't know what the deal is. I'm actually missing one of my... These were a novelty, but they actually work really well. They are hooks that have holes in the bottom, and they're only half shaft, so you can stick them on a keychain and go anywhere with them. A long time ago I got these, and I showed them off in one of my HCAT episodes, one of the earlier ones. And something fell... Oh, I see. Okay, good. So yeah, it's around here somewhere. I have a big mess. It might even be, actually, now that I think about it, up here with the apples that I showed you guys last week. Crow's Nest is slowly but surely getting organized and squared away, and I'm having a good time doing it. Tommy helps me a little bit here and there. Work's been wearing him out. He's had trouble with his feet, and since he works in daycare, he kind of needs to have good support for his feet. So he bought some new shoes, and hopefully he'll be, knock on wood, oh, the wood's over here, knock on wood. Hopefully his feet will start feeling better so he doesn't have such rough days at work. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, I'm baking a pumpkin cheesecake with a ginger snap crust for one of my American friends here. She's very soon going to have a baby. And we like to crochet together on the weekends with another American friend. So I figured wow, mouthful. I figured since she can't come here, I could deliver. Yeah, and then we're going to hang out and crochet, and I get to meet her daughter, and that'll be all kinds of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Games. Oh, I've been playing Diablo 3 with Tommy while we wait for Diablo 2 Resurrection to be fully released. It's okay. I mean, it has more lore in it instead of just run up, smash the monster, get a cutscene. But I'm at, I think we're at the extremely hard level, and it's still cake because in the very easiest setting, I found a massively amazing, rare, cool weapon. So I've been OP ever since, working my way up. I mean, I'm playing a barbarian, and she relies on her fury to power up some of her attacks. Except, between the two of us, me and Tommy and me, anyway, we kill them so quickly she doesn't have time to build up the fury to use her attacks. I'm kind of like, hang back a sec, let me build up some fury, then you can help me. Ay. But it is fun, simply because I got to play Diablo 2. And I really enjoy Diablo 2. He says he likes it better as well. But again, they've streamlined some of the things in the inventory, the way you pick up inventory. And we got the StarCraft little cruiser ship as pets. That was one of the goodies that we got for him purchasing the game for me. So they go around gathering my gold while I'm killing monsters. They're like, oh, I'll pick that up for you. That's for you. Yeah. And let's see, what else is there? Oh, you can pick up gems that can be put into sockets in armor, weapons, or anything with a socket, really. But if you pick up a gem, it's yours. You cannot give it to the person you're playing with, and that sucks. In Diablo 2, you can. In Diablo 3, you can't. So I think I'm in his camp about liking Diablo 2 better. But it is fun to play while we wait for the Resurrection to come out in a full release. Let's see, what else is there? Polymer clay stuff galore. Getting ready to make some Christmas presents. I don't know how many I'll be making versus how much I'll be buying. Simply because, sorry, I'm trying not to stress this year about Christmas. And I did a good job of it last year, so I want to repeat and make it a trend, so that I stop stressing about holidays. And I still have some presents waiting to be finished. That's the trouble with being an artist. You have to have multiple projects going, especially if you have bad hands and wrists, like I do. So, I mean, everyone's being patient, and they know about it, but I also like to make sure that they actually get something for Christmas. So I will probably make some small gifts that I'll give to everyone, and then just, like, one of them likes video games, so I obviously can't make him a video game, but things like that. So I'll find a balance. I used to make all my gifts because my second husband was fanatical about not spending money. And it's one of the reasons that I became a shut-in for a while. So I made everything as presents for people because he wouldn't let me spend money, and I have to get my mind out of that set and remember that I have a little bit of money now that Tommy gives me, and I can buy small gifts for people, and it's okay to spend money, and he won't get mad at me, and that whole deal. So, but anyway, that's how that goes. I am going to try, I found some recipes on Facebook, believe it or not, in their videos section for some no-bake cakes, and they are really pretty and they sound delicious. So I'm going to give it a try, and the recipes that I like I'll tell you guys about, as far as taste, because I like them all, but taste remains to be seen. Or tasted. I don't know. So yeah, just still chugging away at the Afghan, and I think, just doing crafts here and there, keeping things going, keeping myself busy. And I will be, after I carve my soapstone maiden, I think she's bending at a stream to drink water, so she's bending down and bringing water up to her face with her hand, and her hair is just kind of falling over the side. But once I finish carving her, I will get that whorl carved for my spindle, and it's buried in the bag, and then I can really get that yarn started going and show you guys. I will be streaming when I start to spin the yarn from Jinx and Hex's wool. Some of the dyes that I made ended up molding. I think I mentioned this last week, so I may have to remake some of my dyes. But then I will be testing because I got the alum finally, so that I can make the mordant, which is a fixative, keeps the colors fast. And I'll be experimenting with colors and stuff. And I have a little bit of cotton, and it's kind of like wool because it's a protein fiber. Anyway, so I'm testing the dyes and mordants on cotton before I test it on the rabbit wool, because obviously there's only so much of the wool from the rabbits. But hopefully I will get some viable colors and that it'll be easy to spin. I do need to get more sheep wool. I want to see about getting some merino, which would be nice. I know that there are people that, oh my god, you can't use merino, blah, blah, blah. People don't even understand about... I raised sheep when I was a kid, and we don't hurt them. Shearing them helps them. Same with the rabbits. So I'm going to use the merino wool because it's responsibly sourced, and it'll help the Angora be a stronger yarn if I blend it. I'll probably start 50-50 and see what that combination does for me. And if I want that more of that Angora look, I may make it down to 75-25, 25 being the merino sheep wool. So I'll be experimenting with all of that, and you guys will get to see it on Twitch. And basically, when I start making more stuff, I will be showing you guys more stuff. So, anyway, I will see you guys in the after show, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.